So, I'm going to show you how I make one of the embroidery keychains or snap tabs or whatever you want to call them. And first I'm going to show you all the supplies, materials that you need to make them. Let's see if I can change this somehow. So, first you need the design. I have a Singer machine, so I have a Singer USB stick. I also have a printout of the design. This is what I usually do in my software. I print it and you see the design and you see all the steps and you see how many stitches. Since I'm colorblind, I also write, oh, this is in Swedish. I also add information to the picture, so I'm sure what comes next. So in this case, it will start with a thin line, then it will go on to stitching jack. Next step is the third one is a thin line again, and the fourth is a thick line. And then I know that for the first two, I need one piece of fabric. And then for the third step, I need to add something on the back. And of course, you need your hoop. You need stabilizer. I have 2 pieces of tearaway here. You need some thread. This is an embroidery thread from Madeira. And scissors. This one is my favorite, actually, to cut threads and also to cut around the design. So you need to put this into your machine and then start. I almost forgot. You need bobbin thread as well. And this is a special bobbin thread for embroidery. If you want the backside to look as good as the front, you should use the same color as on your front. In this case, I'm using black for both. So make sure you have bobbin thread. This is... I will probably have to wind some up for this. So you have to add your stabilizer to your hoop. As I said, in this case I have 2 layers of tearaway. And I have a possibility here to make it tighter. You need to have it really tight, and preferably it should sound like a drum. It should not be floppy, because then it's hard for the machine to make it right. And for this design, it's easy to float the material. That means you just put it on top. This is a very soft, thin vinyl. You see it has a fluffy back, but it's very, very thin. So this stitches very easily when it comes to machine embroidery. I've done it many times with this one. So I like this. And it's very shiny. Okay, I have opened this design on my machine. As you can see here, it looks like the Hello Jack. Here I see my steps. Step 1 out of 4, and then how many stitches for this step. This also, of course, depends on what type of machine you have. I have a Singer Legacy. So this is a combined machine for sewing and embroidery. I have my bobbin inserted, and I have my hoop with my stabilizer, and I have the vinyl. Make sure you have your presser foot down. And I have my black thread. Sorry for the mess, but this is my setup. I have a thread stand. This is what works best for my machine. And then you run the first step. Let's see if I can place this here. You see now, my machine says it's time for step 2. If you want to, you can change the color. I will continue with black. So I will pause it to cut this thread here. And continue. See, it keeps going. So it's step 2 running, and see here the stitches, how many are left in this step and total. Okay, now it's finished with this step. So it looks like this, hopefully. Depending on the color, you can have something else in there. So now you have to take the hoop from the machine, and I will show you how to attach the second layer of vinyl on the back. So this is how my backside looks, and I have the second layer of vinyl here. You can do this many different ways. Make sure it covers the stitching. I like this painter's tape. It's very easy to attach and to remove, so you can reuse it many times. When it starts to not work, you can just throw it away and take some new. So I add this to the back. Make sure it's flat. So, and then you put the hoop back on the machine. So now it's time for the third step. And the third step is 149 stitches for me. That is all the way around again. So this time it will attach the front to the back. And after that, we will cut away all the vinyl that is outside of this line. So I will pause this to be able to start, and you'll see. So it runs all the way around. So now it's time to take the hoop from the machine again. So this is the hoop from the back side. I remove the tape. And since I am unable to hold the hoop, use the pair of scissors, as well as holding the phone at the same time, I will just pause this. I will cut this off on the front as well as from the back, and then I will show you how it looks like. Okay, now I have cut everything off from outside the stitches here. As you can see, this is from the front and from the back. Then you run the fourth step. For this design, that is the final step. So you see it's covering the edge. So if you don't cut the vinyl close enough, it will show through this stitching. So make sure you cut it very close. It will do this stitching all the way around. So I will pause this and we'll look at it when it's done again. And now it's done. So this is the front and this is the back. So I will cut some threads and remove the design from the hoop. So you can just tear off the tearaway. I will use my foot, I think, so I can show you. I just go with one layer at a time. So and now we see there's some fluff here from the tearaway, and we will fix this using a lighter. So this is the snap tab or keychain and lighter. You should just briefly run it on the side. all the way around. Oh, I see, I have a thread here. Okay, you can just cut any threads you see that you have forgotten or missed. So see, the edge is very nice now. And then the final step is to add some kind of key ring, keychain thingy, whatever you want. And then you're done. I hope you enjoy this video and maybe learn something. If you have any questions, you can just ask directly in the group or chat with me. I am Sofia Kanders, and if you react to some strange language, it's probably because I'm from Sweden, so I'm excused. Have a nice day. Bye.